So you got 15 minutes to make lunch? Well, have no fear, because today we're making a chicken Caesar sandwich, and this motherfucker is gonna be fire. Let's go. Seasoners, welcome back. If you hear some construction in the background, ignore it. They're building, but we're about to build the most amazing, crispy, freshest 15-minute chicken Caesar sandwich you have ever seen. Hey, if you don't know, my name is Farnum, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Right here, we have got a receipt paper. When we go over all the ingredients, you can screenshot this when it's done, take it to the store, and then follow this video to make the sandwich. The first ingredient you're going to need is some chicken breast. Buns, I'm using a Brioche sesame bun by Pierre. I love this brand. I'm not sponsored, but hey, wee baby, call me up. For seasonings, we're going to be using garlic powder and onion powder, cayenne and smoked paprika. For the oil, I'm using a peanut oil today because tariffs. Things are expensive right now, guys. Peanut oil is way cheaper. You're gonna get the same result. To toast our buns, we're going to need some mayo. I'm using Kewpie, cutie. It's only for the guys though, because I am happily married. Some huevos, that's eggs in Spanish. For freshness, we're going red onion. Tomato, I'm using a nice heirloom tomato. The uglier they are, the better they taste. And avocado. Tariffs, quite literally, these guys have skyrocketed, but it's gonna add a creamy factor to the sandwich that you need. Some Parmesan, That's not how you say it, but you know what I'm saying, so I don't need to say it correctly. Off the wheel. The most holy vegetable there is, let us pray. I'm using bib or butter, use whatever's in your fridge. Some panko for your stank hole. Panko crumbs. And in an effort to do this in 15 minutes or less, we are going to use store-bought Caesar dressing. Normally I would be bougie, make it by scratch. Caesar from the store, your choice. And lastly, we're gonna open that flour up. Flour jar, of course, and we're gonna use a little bit of flour to coat our chicken. That's all the ingredients you need. And now, my friends, we are going to jump into the prep work, and we are going to start by doing our 3-step dredge. That is flour, egg, panko crumb. So the first thing we're gonna do is just take our flour. Now right here, I'm just going to take a couple scoops. I'm only doing one sandwich. It's not gonna need a ton of flour. So here's 1 scoop, 2 hefty boys. And that should be more than enough to cover our chicken. Now I just give that plate a little shake, spread it out. Perfect. Now we got these eggs. Listen, we're gonna scramble them anyway. So just drop them on the plate, shake them out. Look at that, not a single shell in sight. We're gonna treat these eggs like Michael Jackson and beat it. It's a reference to the song, not the allegations. And right now we're just looking to have everything mixed. Like if you see some really dark spots or the whites that are kind of clumping up, just try to beat them up a little bit. Perfect. We probably could have used 1 egg if I'm being honest, but 2's fine. Next, we've got our panko crumbs. This panko is by Kewpie, and I'm a fan. They did sponsor me once upon a time, but you know what? I still really love the product. So panko crumbs go in, give that a little shake. All right, so we're gonna season our flour and our panko. We're gonna start off with the cayenne and smoked paprika. Now, you're just gonna eyeball this. You wanna kind of be able to see the spices when you do it. So smoked paprika, we're gonna go hefty, beautiful, a little more in here. Nice, it's gonna add some great color to our toasting. Cayenne, light, just a little bit. A little goes a long way with this. There we go, just a dusting. Those are done. Next, garlic powder. Again, you can be liberal with this guy. Some onion powder, liberal again with this seasoning. Wow, there's so much seasoning, I wanna sneeze so bad. We're taking the salt, nice hefty pinch. Can't really go wrong here, guys. Then we're gonna crack some pepper in as well. I don't even know who came up with this saying, but it holds true. It ain't seasoned if you ain't sneezing. Just grab yourself a fork. You can use your hands if you want. We're just gonna mix this flour up. People are so scared to use their hands in the kitchen. You gotta feel the food. You gotta feel what's going on. You gotta know your food, textures, all that. Just wash your hands first. We're mixed up, so we're gonna push this to the side. We're gonna prep out our chicken. All right, for the chicken, we're gonna turn them into cutlets, which means we cut them in half. Forever and a half, I told everyone, always cut raw meats on a plastic cutting board. You see all these scratches and this pitting, microplastics come off of plastic cutting boards. That's just facts. We don't need plastic. So I got these smaller, quick, easy cutting boards that are made out of wood or compressed paper. These are fire, easy to clean, in the sink, out of the sink, we're good. As you can see here, we've got a nice breast. It has been trimmed nicely. So all we're gonna do is take our knife, and in an effort to make this cook quickly and cleanly, we're gonna cut it right in half. So I just start right here in the middle, follow my knife, and then you should just be able to flip her open. And then just for an effort to get it sandwich shaped, maybe I'll just take a knife, just flatter out a little bit, and then just kind of trim this tail off, and then she's more sandwich bun shape. You can cook this later. Now, we're gonna take this, hit it with a little bit of salt. And the reason why you want, I know we put a lot of seasonings in here, but listen, at the end of the day, the salt is gonna bring the flavor of this chicken out, so we always wanna salt that meat first. So I'm to go in here with the salt. We need the egg and the panko to stick to the chicken, so we go into our flour first. This is gonna be sort of our binder for the egg, and then we just wanna make sure we are liberally coating this. Beautiful, and then we just kinda go back and forth. Get that extra flour off, beautiful. So as you can see, a beautiful light dusting on here. Looks fantastic, no wet spots. We go straight into this egg. I just kind of push it into the corners. That way I make sure all the sides are covered. That way when I flip, boom, we've got a perfectly coated piece of chicken. Now this is our binder for our panko. So we just let that egg drip off, 1, 2, 3, into our panko. And then just like we did with the egg, let me move this a little closer for you guys. Move this into the corner. As you can see, now we've got that panko all up on the sides. Same thing, repeat over here. And then I just kind of go in a circle. Beautiful, and then watch, when we lift this up, shake it, back down, perfectly coated chicken. Now what I like to do with this is just kind of load this puppy up, just give it a nice press. Get that chicken nice and coated. And then one more flip, load it up, a press, literally the perfect coated chicken cutlet. Then we go right onto a pan. Now we wanna let this sit for at least 5 minutes. It's gonna allow everything to kind of come together. That way when we fry this, the breading doesn't come off. It's gonna turn out perfect, and it's a perfect opportunity for us to clean up and prep the rest of our ingredients. All right, before we cut our fresh veggies, we're gonna get our oil going. We're just gonna dump about 1.5 inches of oil into a stainless pan. So let's prep our veg. We're gonna start off with our red onion. Some people like onion rings. I prefer poles because what's worse than a sandwich that you bite into? You get that onion ring that doesn't get bit all the way through and it pulls all your stuff out. I'm gonna take about 1/4 of this onion off, and I'm going from root to stem, so pole to pole. And then we're gonna peel away this outer layer right here to reveal that beautiful maroon burgundy onion right there. Grab any old bowl, pan, whatever. That's where your trash goes, so you're not constantly going to the garbage. As you can see, this right here, this is a pole, right? You see these veins that go up and down the onion. If you cut across those, you're gonna release more of that aroma, that chemical, whatever that is that kind of burns your eyes. We're just gonna do thin sliced. I feel like I should show off a little bit. I mean, I've been practicing with my knife skills for years at this point, right? Like I don't even have to look. And look how perfectly even all of these beautiful cuts are. If you like onion, but it's too pungent, we can run this under some cold water, or we can just leave as is. Me personally, I'm just gonna leave these as is. I like a little sharpness to my bite. We're gonna take our onion poles, we're just gonna slide them off to the side. And honestly, that's enough for 4 sandwiches. So we didn't even need 1/4. Trash can. Beautiful. Next, we've got our heirloom tomato. You can use any tomato of choice. I just prefer these heirlooms. Try to eat as healthy as I can, as natural as I can. So heirlooms are what I'm on as of recently. Me personally, I always start, since the stem's here, start at the bottom. We just should use a tomato knife, but you probably don't have one. And then just gentle stroke. This is gonna be the one for our sandwich. Not too thick, not too thin. And just a absolutely stunning heirloom tomato. Maybe we stack it, maybe we do 2 pieces. Maybe I nibble on one. Let's do another one about the same size. And again, 1 fluid stroke, beautiful. If you like the taste of tomatoes, the salt draws the water out, which now concentrates the actual flavor of the tomato. You're always gonna wanna salt your tomatoes. Avocado, look. We're going right around, trace that seed right in the middle, give that a twist, guarantee this is perfect. Am I right? It's perfect? No brown? Yeah, looks like good avocado. Last time I did this, the avocado was too thick and my sandwich slid all over the place. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna peel this guy off right here. Look how easily and beautiful this comes off. Stunning. So these sushi chefs, they do this thing where they kind of make the avocado really thin. So I kind of want to try to do that myself. So here we go. I'm just going to start here and just kind of slide my way up nice and thin, just pushing straight through, not even really turning the blade. And then lastly, we've just got our parm. I want to taste this Parmesan, right? So of course, when that chicken comes out of the fryer, we can absolutely use some thinly shaved parm, like so, but I want more of a prominent bite. I'm gonna use this shaver setting right here, down in and lifting up, almost kind of creating a U shape. We've got beautifully shaved Parmesan. I mean, this on a sandwich is gonna be fantastic. And we do gotta toast our buns, so let's just prep those out. This right here, very simple, you guys. Our beautiful brioche. We're just gonna be gentle pulling these apart. Follow me. Ready? This is how easy this is. Little mayo, and then just take the back of your knife and we're just gonna cover this nicely. At this point, everything is prepped. Now we're gonna jump over to the stove, fry our chicken, toast our buns. We're going into about 360 right now, but we wanna hold around 350. So that oil temperature just dropped with that chicken. We're gonna let this rock out for maybe like 2 minutes. We're gonna let it toast up a little bit, give it a flip, and then we'll just kind of keep rotating, basting as we need to go. All right. Buns, little nonstick pan, low heat. Nice and slow, it's kind of like a cat. You don't even have to worry about it. You just leave it there, give some food, give some water, it's got its liquor by, they're fine. You see we got some beautiful action going on right here, all right? Some nice fry action, not a deep fry, you know, we're not in a big pot. A little shallow, medium fry. We're just gonna let this go another minute or so. I'm gonna flip that over and you're gonna see just how stunning this turns out. We're about 2 minutes in. You can see we've got browning around the edges here. So I'm just gonna slide underneath. I'm gonna flip this over, beauty. You can see the middle isn't as toasted as the edges, okay? So all we're gonna do, we're gonna grab a little bit of a larger spoon and we're just gonna baste. And this is just gonna cook that top part that we want. Look already. Let this oil run off. Look at that. And then if we continue to baste, we're just gonna cook this chicken all the way through. It's just gonna make this faster. I said 15 minutes. We're talking 15 minutes for real. Everybody's eating healthy. We got pumpkin cookies, all organic. Shake, dance, cha-cha, cha-cha-cha. Good girl. Certified dog trainer. All right, now we're gonna check the temp. Got a little probe thermometer here. I'm gonna guess we're pretty close. We're nowhere near close. We're flipping. We don't want the other side to burn. And then we are gonna repeat what we just did. If you're wondering what all the bubbles and all this is now, don't panic, don't be scared. We popped a hole in with the thermometer. There's some liquid coming out and it's just reacting with the oil, completely fine. If you focus on the thickest part, that's what we need to worry about cooking. And after about 2 minutes of basting, we're pretty much done. As soon as that puppy comes out, salt him and parm him. Let that parm melt into that crust, beautiful. All right, so first things first, we got our Caesar dressing. We're gonna pop a nice, hefty load on here. Next, we're going lettuce, and we go tomato. Next, we've got our beautiful crispy parm covered chicken right on top, sexy. Now we're just gonna go a little extra parm, really dial that flavor in. Avocado, red onion. Lastly, our other bun. Listen guys, this is a chicken Caesar wrap, so make sure you get a good amount of Caesar on there. And finally, we crown that bad boy. And that is the perfect 15-minute chicken Caesar sandwich. Let's see if we still got the juice. It's been a while. We're going straight down, folks. 1, 2, 3. Stunning. All right, so we've cut this into quarters because 1, I'm trying to get abs again, and 2, a lot of hungry workers here right now doing some construction, so we're gonna hit them with some sandwiches. Here we go, 15-minute chicken Caesar sandwich. Taste test, here we go. Creaminess of that avocado, the bite on the chicken with the seasoning, that cool Caesar dressing, they're bringing that umami. This is perfect. And that right there, folks, is your easy 15-minute fire-ass lunch. My name is Farnum. This is More Seasoning. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching. Make sure to tune back next week for the next video, and love y'all. Peace. 15 minutes to make lunch. Okay. Oh my God. I just took my foot out, bro. Oh. Hold on, I gotta do one more. Oh. God, I hate that thing.